How you doing, everybody? We have a special guest today. You guys might have seen him in the comments on this last video. I think it was that cutting video. Uh, Dozer Dennis. Dozer. Iron Horse. Glad to meet you, man.
How you doing, Iron Horse?
Yeah, I'm really surprised. Yeah, he made a connection. He asked about, hey, I'd like to talk to you. I said, well, geez, just come right on over the hill once we figured out where each other was. Which was funny.
I had to stalk you a little bit, though, so.
He's a stalker. He's right down by my mailbox with a flashlight this morning, This is the way this went. Well, tell us why you're here, what you do. I mean, this is interesting. I'm really all about this.
All right, so I've been instructing up to a Wildwood campus up here in Hornell for the past 9 years, instructing juniors and seniors in high school on heavy equipment operation. But we do a lot of stuff in our program. We do a chainsaw operation. We do a small engines unit and welding, surveying. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we do in there. But I kind of want to just reach out to you and see. It's always nice to get somebody else's input when they come in, and just whether it's on life or just chainsaw operation, or whether you're building a hot saw, or if you're or just knowing what's going on inside of an engine. So, are you willing to come up and check it out, or?
He wants me to talk to kids. Should we do that? Why would I? I'll tell you exactly why, folks. They're our future. And this man believes in the future of our young. He was telling me a little bit about what the kids are like and the things they go through, and he has a pretty fast-paced program. Here's the deal. Here's why I'm going to do anything this man asks. He has the approach. The hands-on is more important than book learning. And this is something you got implemented.
Mm-hmm.
You must have put square pegs in round holes. I'm more power to you, Dozer.
So what we did was a couple years ago, actually when we had your nephew over here, he was in my program. We were doing 2 years of curriculum, and it was right out of a book, 2 years, and it was only half the class we ever get to even take them outside. And I says, we got to get these kids ready for the work field. I mean, they got to be ready to go. I'm sending kids out, they're not even ready to go. I says, I got to have the senior year applied only. I said, we'll touch on a few things. I said, but we cover a lot of stuff in our program, so the kids need to narrow themselves down. This is what I want to do, and the kids that want to do that, we'll move them forward and do that with them. So, like I said, it's been a great opportunity. We're doing a lot of great shared service projects and stuff, and like I said, if you haven't checked out my channel yet, go ahead and check it out. And I've got some of the projects on there, but for the most part, I mean, I belong to the operating engineers. I'm a real deal. I run equipment during the summertime. I got my own equipment, and I've always had a passion for being in the woods, and a deep respect for anybody that knows more than I do. And obviously, you know more about chainsaws than I do, so I'm here to learn. Just like anybody else. So
we're going to be teaching the teacher. We're going to see more of this guy, folks. I like him. What do you think? You do too. I know you do. Here's the kick. Can you imagine them poor kids having to deal with me with a hot saw in my hands? Can you imagine that? They might have a lot of fun with that, especially one that's piped, and they got a little bit of a rip to it,
They would really like it, I'm sure.
Yeah, so that's a way cool thing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do whatever this man asked. It's all about the kids.
Why don't you take old Dave up there?
Take old Dave?
Take old Dave up
Old
there.
red, white, and blue one?
They'll love it. I went through the course. This man taught me as much as he could teach me. I mean, that's a hard bargain, but I think they'll get a kick out of it.
This is my nephew, Logan. Yeah, he was the Christmas security elf, remember? He looks just like him, don't he? Yeah, he was. We had fun with that video, guys. I just want you to know that. We had fun also where I was running that big John Deere 644E plowing the parking lot in the Santa Sue. That was a riot. Then people just got charged out of that. You never know what you're going to see here. It's not by design. I just kind of wing it. It just happens. So what it is, you're just seeing part of my life that you normally would never see.
I will tell you that we live in probably the most beautiful country and around. You know what I mean?
You're not going to beat it.
There ain't nowheres around. You're going to see the rolling hills like you do here. in this valley.
See,
You know what I'm
that's the
saying?
dumb shit we do.
No. Well, you know, that was the thing about logging a long time. That's wore my knees out. Going up and down these high hills, carrying all your equipment, and your gas and your oil, and chasing trees. If you haven't dealt with that, you loggers out there know exactly what I'm talking about because you're pretty much in agreement with whatever I say. That's because you're all good people. What do you think about this opportunity? We're going to go up there and I'm going to mess this guy's curriculum right up, ain't I? That's what's going to happen. Them poor kids, they don't know who I am yet, but I got a feeling they're going to know who I am.
They're going to know.
And so this is going to be really interesting. We'll take old Dave. Maybe we'll bring one of these hot little Husqvarnas, like a 272 or a 372.
Take P51.
And, one of them old Pioneers. I don't know. Maybe, you know. Maybe we'll take one of these Pioneers, too. Let them get an idea. But let's educate our youth. That don't mean drill it in their freaking head till they're numb. Hands on. Let's get this done. Don't be the guy that's complaining about your 16-year-old boy not knowing nothing. You messed up when he was 10. Start now. Right?
Amen.
Start now. I watched one of his videos, his 12-year-old boy running a Farm All 450 with a noose spreader. I was proud of that boy. I was looking at that boy, man, I wonder if it comes down, might come down and help me for a while, one thing and the other. That's interesting.
Well, he's always looking for work. I'll tell you right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's always work around here to do. There's always firewood to cut. There's just all kinds of stuff to do constantly. It's really interesting. So, in your when you're educating these kids, I really want to know this for real. Where do you start actually putting them on a piece of equipment?
So what we do is we'll do an introduction is what we do, and I preach the pre-trip piece of it the most because you really, I mean, just like anything else, you really can't operate a chainsaw. You can't operate a pair of clippers, hair clippers, unless you know what it is. So we'll go through and we'll do a pre-trip on all the equipment, and then they have to know what that is. And things have changed a little bit since back when I've had Logan there with me. Mm-hmm. All the kids, they got to go on, and I've got videos for each one of the pieces. They watch the videos, and then they'll do a written test on everything. And then we go right out and I say, here's the hands-on piece. I get them in a controlled environment, and that's when I let them go. But, I mean, I've got kids that are coming in there. They've been running stuff since they were 12 years old. And then I got kids that never run a push mower before either, too. So it's always tough to get that done. So
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, we got another one come in.
Man.
This is my son, Cohen. Dozer Dennis. He teaches the, up to Wildwood, the heavy equipment. Boy, we're getting us a crowd here. We need a deck. We're going to need us a deck of cards here pretty quick, I think.
You want me to run across the road and grab one?
No, I think we're probably pretty good with that, you know.
No, to touch on that pre-trip thing, mind you, it's been 4 years since I've been in your course.
Uh-huh.
And I can still probably go out there and tell you 98% of the stuff you covered. Just to tell you how much they push that pre-trip is the first
I
thing.
bet you'd love to get back on that 450 too, huh?
Any day of the week.
That was his favorite when he was in there. So
Actually, I grew in love with that TD8.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, some people say they're teachers. Some people just plain are. Dozer Dennis just plain is. And I'll bet you was a teacher before you were a teacher, were you? You always get a go on every job site. You get a go-to guy. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Now, when you started going in their 12th year to a lot more hands-on, did you get? What was your impact coming back from the people that hired these kids? What difference did you see?
from
Before, when they were just learning right out of the books, and then go. Let's say they went to work for Blades or Whitford or somebody as an operator, compared to students that.
Well, I think the big difference I had immediately, I was able to put kids right into the operating engineers, and the only reason why I was able to do that is because they were getting the hands-on learning that they needed. So they were getting, they weren't just up there simulating stuff in a dirt pile. They were actually out there. We were right down here in downtown, ripping up blacktop, taking stumps out underneath power lines, utilities in the ground. Those were things you just can't mirror in a dirt pile. So the reaction from the industry was immediate, that these kids, they knew what it was like to operate a piece of equipment the right way. And I tell all my students, you're not going to leave my program and you're not going to go right out and get in a piece of equipment. You're going to start on the ground, you're going to learn. But when you get a chance to get in that piece of equipment, that's when you're going to shine. You know, and that's where you got to start here. You got to start with your work ethic. And then when you get your work ethic put in, you get a chance to get on a piece of equipment, then you can shine. So
That's the right way, guys. Teach your own kids. The neighbor kids that don't have a dad, teach them too. Just trust me. It's going to make a better world for everybody. You know, we can talk about peace and love, but I'm going to tell you what, that has to be blight too. It really does. And I'm going to do what this man wants. Now, what do you think? Think they'd freaking kick me out if I just walked right in a classroom and lit a saw? I bet that ain't allowed, is it? We'll get our time. We're going to do this. Dozer, I'm so glad to know you.
yeah, it was time well spent for sure.
Yeah, thanks, man. We had great conversation. Okay, we're going to cut this one here short because I'd like to get it loaded up. I say that every time. We're going to see more of him. Tell everybody where to find your channel.
You can go to Mr. Dozer Dennis, and you can find me there, or you can hit me up on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as well. Like I said, go through, see what you like. If comment if you need to, but I appreciate any subscriptions I can get. So I appreciate the time down here.
You heard it from the horse's mouth. Goodbye.
And the horse.